For generations, the US-Canada border stood as a symbol of trust, an open gateway, not a barrier. It was more than just a line on a map, it was a living testament to the enduring friendship between two nations. The border represented a promise, a shared understanding that peace and cooperation would always triumph over division. It was the world's longest undefended border, a testament to a friendship built on shared values and mutual prosperity. For decades, this boundary was celebrated as a model for the world, a place where neighbors greeted each other with open arms and where the idea of conflict seemed almost unthinkable. People, goods, and ideas moved freely, weaving the two nations into a single North American family. The border was a place of connection, not separation, where families reunited, businesses flourished, and cultures blended seamlessly. This seamless integration powered an economic engine envied worldwide, with products crossing the border multiple times before completion. Factories on both sides depended on each other, creating jobs and prosperity that rippled across the continent. Families, businesses, and tourists crossed with ease, rarely thinking about the invisible line. The border was almost invisible in daily life, a quiet assurance that cooperation was the norm. But recently that foundation began to crack. Tensions simmered beneath the surface as new policies and shifting attitudes started to erode the trust that had been built over generations. The language of partnership gave way to competition and economic nationalism. Political leaders on both sides began to prioritize their own interests, fueling suspicion and resentment. Subtle shifts in trade talks and rising protectionism signaled a deeper rift. Headlines warned of growing disputes, and the once friendly checkpoints became sites of uncertainty and delay. Now, in the summer of 2025, the once unthinkable has happened. The border is a line of economic conflict, trust shattered by tariffs and retaliations. The flow of goods has slowed to a trickle and communities on both sides feel the sting of lost opportunity. What was once a model of cooperation is now a cautionary tale, proof that even the closest allies can turn on each other when trust is lost. The unraveling of this unbreakable bond serves as a stark reminder: peace and partnership must never be taken for granted. The conflict began not with violence, but with tariffs. The US, aiming to protect domestic industries, imposed sweeping taxes on Canadian goods, steel, aluminum, even energy. Washington called it a defense of American workers. To Canada, it was a betrayal. Decades of free trade were upended overnight, and Canadian leaders felt blindsided. In response, Canada retaliated with targeted tariffs on American exports, escalating the dispute. The friendly rhetoric vanished, replaced by accusations and economic pain. Supply chains that once ran smoothly were thrown into chaos. Businesses on both sides faced crippling uncertainty. The invisible trust that powered the US-Canada economic engine was evaporating. Each side's retaliation deepened the rift, poisoning every aspect of the relationship. The stage was set for an even more drastic escalation. As the trade war escalated, the Alaska Highway became a new battleground. This 400-mile road is Alaska's lifeline, connecting it to the rest of the US through Canada. In a bold move, British Columbia's premier imposed steep tolls on all commercial vehicles using the highway, retaliating against US tariffs. The message was clear: if the US inflicted economic pain, Canada would respond in kind. For Alaskans, the tolls were devastating, raising the cost of groceries, fuel, and medicine overnight. Small businesses faced existential threats as shipping costs soared. Isolated communities feared empty shelves and critical shortages. The highway, once a symbol of connection, had become a weapon, leaving ordinary Alaskans caught in the crossfire. The Alaska Highway tolls triggered a fierce legal and diplomatic standoff. The US condemned the move, citing the 1977 Transit Pipeline Treaty, which prohibits such tolls on transit traffic. Washington demanded immediate removal, calling the tolls illegal and aggressive. Canada countered, arguing that US tariffs had already violated the spirit of free trade. Premier II insisted the tolls were a fair user fee, not a punitive measure. Both sides dug in, each claiming the moral high ground. Diplomatic channels filled with protests and threats of further retaliation. The US saw a broken deal, Canada saw a justified response to American protectionism. The result, a legal and diplomatic stalemate with no compromise in sight. Meanwhile, trucks kept rolling and the people who depended on them paid the price. Far from the negotiating tables and the headlines, Alaskans faced the crisis head-on, confronting challenges that most Americans could hardly imagine. In these remote communities, every day brought new uncertainty. Grocery store owners in towns like Tok saw delivery costs skyrocket, forcing impossible choices: raise prices and risk losing customers, or go out of business entirely. For many, the shelves grew emptier by the week, and the sense of scarcity became a daily reality. Construction projects that once promised jobs and hope for the future stalled as material costs soared. Workers were laid off, families faced sudden unemployment, and dreams of new homes or schools were put on indefinite hold. Health clinics began rationing medicine, fearing shortages of essentials like insulin and antibiotics. Nurses and doctors worried about how to care for their patients with dwindling supplies, knowing that help was days or even weeks away. The tolls weren't just economic, they threatened public health and safety. Families worried about what would happen in an emergency, and first responders braced for the worst with limited resources. Anxiety and isolation grew as people worried about the next delivery, wondering if the essentials they needed would arrive in time. The long, empty road seemed to stretch even farther, and the wait for supplies felt endless. Alaskans, proud of their self-reliance and resilience, now felt cut off by political games beyond their control. The sense of independence that defined these communities was tested like never before. Community bonds strained under the pressure of uncertainty and rising costs. Neighbors who once leaned on each other now found themselves competing for limited resources, and the stress weighed heavily on everyone. The crisis exposed the fragility of life in remote Alaska, and how quickly politics can unravel it. Even the most tight-knit communities felt the ripple effects of decisions made thousands of miles away. In the end, trade wars weren't just fought by politicians or corporations. They were fought by ordinary people, families, workers, and neighbors, who paid the highest price simply for trying to survive on the edge of America. The Alaska highway tolls marked a dangerous new phase, where infrastructure became a weapon. Experts warned this was just the beginning. Canada could leverage ports and airspace, while the US threatened harsher tariffs. Each move provoked another, fueling a cycle of escalation with no easy off-ramp. Political leaders on both sides found hardline stances popular, making compromise politically risky. National pride replaced pragmatism, and the long-term relationship was sacrificed for short-term gains. The risk of a full-blown economic blockade grew with every tit-for-tat measure. Businesses faced the prospect of abandoning cross-border supply chains entirely. Decades of trust and cooperation were being dismantled in months. The world watched as two close allies drifted apart, setting a dangerous precedent. The point of no return was looming, and the damage would not be easily undone. The US-Canada trade crisis is a stark lesson in the dangers of protectionism, and a reminder of how quickly even the strongest alliances can be tested by economic strife. What began as a dispute over tariffs has spiraled into a conflict that touches every corner of daily life, from the bustling cities to the quiet border towns. Tariffs meant to protect jobs provoked retaliation that hurt ordinary citizens on both sides. Families are struggling with rising costs, businesses are shuttering, and workers face an uncertain future. The ripple effects of these policies have reached far beyond the negotiating table, impacting livelihoods and communities in ways that cannot be measured in dollars alone. The deepest wound was to trust, a bond built over generations, now eroded by suspicion and resentment. Decades of cooperation and friendship have been overshadowed by a climate of uncertainty, as neighbors begin to question each other's intentions and reliability. Rebuilding that trust will take more than removing tariffs and tolls. It demands political courage and mutual respect. Leaders must look beyond short-term gains and consider the long-term health of the relationship, recognizing that true partnership is built on understanding and compromise. Escalation only leads to more hardship and isolation. The longer the standoff continues, the more difficult it becomes to bridge the divide, and the more both nations risk losing the shared prosperity they have built together. The world is watching, alarmed by the unraveling of a model alliance. Allies and rivals alike are taking note, wondering if the spirit of cooperation that once defined North America can survive this test. If the US and Canada can fall apart, no partnership is truly safe. The consequences of failure here could echo far beyond these borders, setting a precedent for division in a world that desperately needs unity. The only solution is genuine diplomacy. Leaders must step back, silence the rhetoric, and negotiate in good faith. It is time to put aside pride and political posturing and to focus on the shared values and interests that have always bound these nations together. The welfare of millions depends on restoring reason and cooperation to this vital relationship. Every day of delay means more uncertainty for families, workers, and businesses who rely on the stability of cross-border ties. The future of North America and the world hangs in the balance. Only through renewed commitment to diplomacy and understanding can we hope to secure a brighter tomorrow for generations to come.